phones, but words.
Background noise.
It's all around us.
Words.
Background noise.
It's all around us.
Words.
Watch your words. Your words become your actions.
Watch
your actions. Your actions become your habits.
Watch your habits.
Your habits become your character.
Watch your character.
Your character becomes your destiny.
What will you do?
Every year.
More than 1 million college students are targets of bias-driven slurs or physical assaults.
Every day. At least one hate crime occurs on a college campus.
Every minute.
A college student somewhere sees or hears racist, sexist, homophobic, or otherwise biased words or images.
Background noise.
It's all around us.
Sticks and stones would break my bones.
But words.
It's all on YouTube.
It's on television.
It is intolerance.
It's on the internet.
It's fear.
It's in music.
It is ignorance. It's in jokes.
It is hate.
And that's on our campus, too.
It is more than words.
It is more than race, gender, and religion, and ethnicity and sexual orientation.
It has nothing to do with religion or politics, with right or wrong, with liberal or conservative.
It is about all different things.
It's about the respect and dignity of all people.
All people.
And it is up to us.
It is up to us.
Albert Einstein said, "The world is a dangerous place to live, but not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it."
It isn't easy. What will you do?
Without a struggle, there can be no progress. Frederick Douglass.
It is up to each of us.
We must learn to live together as brothers,
And sisters.
or perish together as fools. Martin Luther King Jr.
What will you do?
First they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist.
It is up to us.
What will you do?
Martin Luther King Jr. in his letter from Birmingham jail said that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects another and everyone indirectly.
What will you do?
Then they came for the Catholics, and I did not speak out because I was not a Catholic. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist.
It is up to all of us.
Throughout history, it has been the inaction of those who would have acted, the indifference of those who should have known better, the silence of the voice of justice where it mattered most that has made it possible for evil to triumph. Haile Selassie.
Then they came for me, and there was nobody left to speak for me. Pastor Martin Niemöller.
What will you do?
It is up to each of us.
You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Mahatma Gandhi.
All of us.
To stop the hate.
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We're caught in an inescapable network of mutuality tied to a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Your words matter. Your words have power. The last video clip was of Glee. Kurt has transformed a room. His soon-to-be stepbrother comes down, picks up a blanket, picks up a lamp, and it's like this faggy lamp, this faggy blanket. And the dad comes downstairs, and he gives his speech, and the last line he says is, "Not under my roof." My question to you is, what are you going to allow under your roof? This campus is your roof. Your family is your roof. You got a roof over your friendships. You have a roof over yourself. What are you going to allow under your roof? I told you the story about the kids who were in Colorado and they're having breakfast and the bagels, and we kind of laughed about that. Here's where the story ends. A tiny little blonde girl who had said, well, I hadn't heard her say a word the 3 days we'd been there. Just silent. And I thought, she's not going to make it to college. I mean, she hadn't met anybody. I mean, she did everything, but just silent. And she looked terrified. She's in line near the cool, popular guys who had said, God, I'm so hungry, I'm going to rape those bagels. She very calmly pulled on his elbow to where he was looking at her. He's about 3 feet taller than she is. She looks up at him and she says, in this voice that was full of power, if you had ever loved someone who had been sexually assaulted, you would never use that word. Never. You would never say that the way you just said it. And she turned and went and got a bowl of cereal. I was dumbfounded at her courage. And this big guy who was charismatic and laughing, he was dumbstruck. He could say nothing. Now, her courage was impressive. His was as well, because that night at dinner, after he had talked to her, he stood up in front of the whole group and said, I owe everybody here an apology. And he told everyone what he had said and why he would never say it again. And I thought, they figured out how to make their roof work and what was going to happen under it. She took a stand. She stood up. She did something. Now, when you hear these words, and I'm sure you do, and sometimes you say them, I think probably everyone in here at some point, if you've had any words come out of your mouth, you've probably had a word or two that you regret. Probably something we all wish we hadn't said that shot out of our mouth at one point or another. So it happens. What you do when it happens, though, is going to determine what your character actually is. One of my favorite parts of this reading is where they say, watch your words. You know, your words define your actions to define your character turns into your destiny.